Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon White. So as you can see, we're now in Nacrene City. And now, even though we did fully explore the most of it, you would think that we're gonna be taking on the Nacrene Gym at this point. Well, I am not gonna do that yet. Yeah, I definitely want my team to get stronger before we even think about taking on the Nacrene Gym. Yeah, definitely a little bit more stronger. Especially with one of our teammates that needs to become into a certain typing at first. But anyways, everyone, now as you can see, now the place that this area that we are in is where you can go to. If you want to get your team more stronger, then that is Pinwheel Forest. Now here's the thing. I'm only gonna do my training on the outside of the forest. Yeah, because well, I want to save the inside of the forest until after we are done with the gym. Because trust me, it'll be a lot more beneficial that way. Yeah, but anyways, everyone, now as you saw with that woman, now as you saw with that woman, she gave us the TM for Rock Smash. Definitely gonna be very needed. Especially if any of your teammates don't exactly have any good fighting time moves on you currently. Yeah. And speaking of Pinwheel Forest, there is actually a Pokemon that I do want to pick up, and that being this Pokemon right here, is a Tympole. But however, just like with Blitzel, I want a much more higher level Tympole, so I'm gonna save on my Tympole capture until we actually get to that dark grass, which is actually located right over to the left side of where we currently are right now. As you can see, I'm trying my best to make sure that I don't get myself into encounters at any trainers right now. Considering that, I want to save that until after I get my Tympole onto my team. Okay, now this one, alright, I'd say that is more so good enough. Yeah, it is definitely one level higher than the rest of my team, so why not? Now, I'm gonna say this right now. Tympole is definitely going to be my water type. The Tympole is definitely going to be my main water type for this game. Oh wow, Supersonic. Alright, sure, why not, buddy? And I'm gonna say this right now. Now, even though I've heard not a lot of people really don't like its, especially what its evolutions are, but honestly, I really do like the full evolution line of Tympole, and you aren't ever gonna see why as we put our Tympole onto our team. There we go, now we got it. Tympole, the Temple Pokemon. By vibrating its cheeks. It emits sound waves, like impeccable to humans. It uses the rhythm of these sounds to talk. Yep, essentially just like all regular Tympoles. Just like all regular Tympoles do. Yeah, but anyways, now done with that. Now I need to head on back to the Pokemon Center. Now as for the other Pokemon that you can find here, now you can still find P-Dubs here, but the Pokemon you're probably gonna pick up for the most part is definitely this Pokemon. Right here, being Timburr. Now Timburr is he's probably gonna be your most easiest fighting type to pick up. If you did not, for those of you who did not choose Tepic, specifically for those of you who did not choose Tepic to begin with, but however, just like with another certain fighting type line, Yeah, if you want to get, if you want to get the final evolution of Timburr, then you're going to have to trade it. So, yeah, which is why I really did not choose Timburr as my fighting type guy. It obviously it wouldn't. Yeah, honestly, it would not work out. Oh, there we go. Now we got our lovely Timburr. Timburr, the muscular Pokemon. Yeah, Timburr is very muscular, especially with all those veins around it. Yeah, that is essentially the thing for the entire Timburr line, is that they're so strong that you can literally see their veins. Yeah. That is surely something. But anyways, everyone, now that's with the Tympole that we got. Now, even though I am more than alright with having either ability that Tympole gets, that being either Swift Swim or Hydration. But honestly, I'm thinking I may want to have at least one over the other. Okay, it actually gets, okay, so this Tympole actually has some hydration. And I will gladly take that. And oh yeah, and also, our Tympole is apparently got itself a hold of a freaking person. A person berry. Yeah, for some reason, Tympole is just essentially just holding on to that freaking berry. I'm thinking if I should replace it. Nah, I think I'll leave it there. Yeah, let's just see how long then Tympole is gonna hold on to that person berry. Yeah, honestly, I want to see how long that we can actually hold on to that berry. But anyways, everyone, now back to the encounters that we can find in a Pinwheel Forest. Now, there are actually not one, but two more fighting types that you can actually pick up. Now, they are definitely a lot more stronger than Timburr. So, but however, these two are very, very rare to find here. Yeah, usually you would find these two a lot more later. But, however, you can actually find these two now. Now, you can actually pick these two up now if you ever really felt like it. But, of course, it would take you a lot more longer to find. But anyways, everyone, now for the two Pokemon being, and these two fighting types are named Fro and Sock. And now these two, however, Fro can only be found in the grass in a Pokemon White, and Sock can only be found in a Pokemon Black. But however, though, these two aren't exactly version exclusives. You see, now you can actually find the other Pokemon now, as like for example, now you can actually find Sock. Oh, right, we got this. I guess I should explain this right now. Yeah, this is the only time in the entire series that they've ever done this. Yeah, whenever your HP gets to the red, yeah, the music changes to this, essentially giving you a warning that you should probably heal up your Pokemon or switch. Unless if you want to hear that all day. Yeah, but however, like I said, this is the only generation that they've ever done this. Yeah, but ever since Gen 6, they toned it down the whole dee-doo sounds. But anyway, hope it's everyone. As I was saying about Fro and Sock, Now, as I was saying, now while Fro can be found regularly in Pokemon White, but you can find Sock in the rustling grass, in the same version. So you can actually get both versions. So you can actually get over a Pokemon. You just have to get lucky. That's all. Yeah, you just have to get extremely lucky. Yeah. But anyways, now we're just gonna find you, Juliet. Oh hi! Oh hey! And this is where we're gonna meet one of the Pokemon that woman that you want to make a trade with. Yeah, freaking Cottonee. Now, Cottonee is definitely something. Well, more so specifically for when we actually get to witness its evolution. Cause yeah, it is definitely gonna be on the more faster side of it is definitely gonna be on the more faster side of things. And I mean extremely a lot more faster. But anyways, now 10% level 15. Yeah, special attack and special defense got 0. Jeez. Yeah, that's certainly not gonna help us in the long run. Definitely not. But I think, yep, there it is. Now here's where Timburr gets to learn a really good move, especially around for this point of the game, being a Flame Charge. Yeah, oh, that's right. I guess to explain this as well. Flame Charge is actually a move, but that was actually first introduced in Generation 5. Oh yeah, and also now here's where we get the other Pokemon from Petilil. Yeah, even though Petilil may look very how do you like that Flame Charge? Definitely have a lot more stronger than ever. Oh, and as you saw, Flame Charge also increases speed as well too. Now, and I guess I should say as well for the other two starters, now for Oshawott at level 15, it can actually learn a move called Razor Shell. And Snivy learns a Leaf Tornado. So very good moves. All around for when they actually get to level 15. Yeah. But anyways, everyone. Now I guess I should point this out as well. Starting with this generation is where we actually get to meet a nurse or a doctor, or essentially a NPC within a route where they can actually heal you while you're out. Before you actually reach the next town or city. Definitely get used to seeing like a bunch of them for quite a while. Yeah, especially for this generation anyway. But anyways, as you saw, my Tympole took that Rock Blast like a champ, and now he gets, and then he gets himself destroyed by that friggin' Bubble Beam. And that right there is just the beginning for our little Tympole. That right there is definitely just the beginning of that. And with this third Tympole, which means we are done with that. Which means that we are essentially done with our main encounters. Which means that now we may have caught Timburr and Tympole, but we just did not find. Excuse me. We just did not find Fro. But we can still see Sog if we just so happen to get lucky and not find ourselves a and not find ourselves a Audino instead. So yeah, I guess that's something. But anyways, all right, Kita, what do you got? Ah, I see you've got your own Tympole, eh? All right, let's see how you handle my grass type, bitch. Now, I guess I should say this as well too. Yeah, I may actually get to training here a little bit more after we're done entirely with this, with the outside of Pinwheel Forest, because, well, let's just say, yeah, before I even think about challenging the Nacrene Gym, I may consider doing some off-screen training. Yeah, just in case if I feel like my team is still a little bit underleveled for that gym. Because trust me, yeah, the Nacrene Gym is essentially when the the Nacrene Gym is essentially where the actual real challenge begins. And trust me, you're definitely gonna notice that when we actually get to our gym battle, like when we actually get to our Nacrene gym battle. Yeah, but anyways, next gonna summon Timburr, but he's gonna get shockwaved in the face. Yep, one shot KO for that Timburr. And he's gonna suffer a third Timburr. Wow. Yeah, this guy, apparently Kita really does love his Timburrs. I mean, obviously, I should know considering that I am using my own Timburr, but having free, isn't that kind of a little bit, isn't that a little bit too much for you? But whatever. But anyways, level 15 plus level. Alright, nice, plus 3 for HP, and of course, very good, plus 2 for speed. But I guess plus 1 for the rest. Yeah, that's really not going to be helpful all that much, considering... Oh, but this is certainly definitely going to be helpful. Thunder Wave! Now I no longer, now I no longer have to rely on Pansage so that I can actually get an actual paralyzation on. Yeah, I could just do that. I could just do that immediately now. So yeah, looks like Pansage is not gonna keep leg for out the rest of the game. But everyone, with that said, yeah, that is all I'm gonna do for this part, and we shall continue going around this part of the forest for the next part. And so the next part, I'll see you guys next time.